Oh, that was is that another beautiful cold open, is it?
I hope so. I quite enjoyed the
Oh,
cold open last
fucking
time, but
toss a coin for who's fucking introing. Right, I'm
I'm
tossing it. Call it. Heads or tails, call it.
Tails.
Oh, it's heads. Giddies, Littleman, guys, boils and all variations of the species. There wasn't a coin, by the way. Mine
So you just slapped your hand, did you? Went.
Privilege. And with you for no choice of his own is the one and only Troll with them all. And welcome to the Unofficial Official Podcast. Again without Walkerley, unfortunately. He's a busy boy.
Yes.
But that's all right, because that means I didn't need to report to him how many push-ups and sit-ups and squat thrusts and that I haven't done.
Exactly.
But enough about my sex life. What about you, Troll? What have you been up to this week?
Not much, in all honesty. Working away, obviously. Got all that stuff with coronavirus. It's creeping in. It's more and more people are getting panicky and worry. So it's like, oh,
Say the C word.
this is fun. This is fun. But yeah, other than that, just working away, playing some games. I tried the new Final Fantasy VII demo. Fuck me, it looks good. But yeah, can't wait for that.
Alright, so this is it. You fucking release one video and then that's it. You just like take the rest of the week off.
Well, I was actually planning on recording this weekend. So if you saw the video that I finally released after months of lies and procrastination.
Yes, your friend Glenn Dalfy was full of shit, wasn't he?
It was his fault, absolutely.
Lying
his
about
fault.
how he got in your road.
So I put that out, and I was going to record this weekend, but one of my very, very close friends has asked a favour. So he studies animation, and he requires my knowledge and camera, so my time in a camera, to help him do some stop motion. So I'm going to be helping with that on the weekend. Maybe if he's got time, we can see if we can maybe get him on the podcast, because he's doing some really fucking interesting work, and I don't get how he does the animation he does. It just fucking bamboozles me. It's like,
that's cool.
He's impressive. It's really good. You just check him out. It's Tiger Kick Studios on Instagram. He's fucking brilliant. He's exceptional.
Awesome. That's like, who isn't into that sort of shit, bro? Do you know what I mean?
So interesting. He's got so many different styles. Like, he's got some really photorealistic stuff that looks great, and then he's got some weird kind of wacky cartoonish stuff. He's doing some 3D modelling. He's doing a bit of stop motion. So it's high hopes for this turnout. Fucking tasty.
It's weird to like stop motion. Is like it's very fucking timeless.
Yeah.
Like cartoon animation has somewhat shifted, obviously, over to the fucking more Eastern anime side of things. Yeah. Because they've sort of mastered the ability of, right, we'll kind of keep the inner dialogue going whilst we pan on this cunt's face for about 30 frames, right? That's saved us about a week worth of work, lads.
Yep.
Now we can pump a week into making ridiculous fight scenes.
Exactly.
Really cool animations. Whereas beforehand, that really was not that worth it. Whereas with stop animation, I mean, you've seen like your Wallace and Gromits back in the day, but they're quite slow coming out, and they had that whole factory fucking meltdown.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, in all reality, your stuff like your fucking Nightmare Before Christmas and your fucking Coraline and that sort of shit, man. Like, I don't know if you've seen that Fantastic Mr. Fox a few years back.
I heard really good things about it, though.
Incredible, bro. Really, really funny. Like a really cool take as well on the books. Because I read the book. I mean, I recently read the books before the film came out. I wasn't read them to me as a child. I'm not a boomer.
Of course not.
But it really, I don't want to use the word, it encapsulated one of the books, because it fucking did me. But it encapsulated the weirdness.
Yeah.
Because it had such a wild fucking take. It was very much what the fuck, and George Clooney's the fucking fox and shit. It couldn't have been cooler, man. It was pretty sweezy.
I need to get a wee watch, because I love that shit. There's a reason that like Nightmare Before Christmas was released in like 92, and you still get merch for it, and you're still getting people watching it, and you're still getting emo kids fucking dressing up as Jack and Sally.
I'm telling you, fucking unbeaten. Because like,
it's brilliant.
I think like folk like that Sweeney Todd shit, but for me, the music and Nightmare Before Christmas is it's practically probably the last actual Christmas songs.
Yeah, Danny Elfman is an amazing composer. He's fucking brilliant. Have you ever listened to any of his actual music? It's fucking bizarre. Probably the weirdest song he has. So his band it was in was called Oingo Boingo. And
I've heard
he's
of
got
that shit.
a song called Little Girls. And it's just fucking. It's literally the lyrics literally go, I love little girls. They make me feel so good.
What the fuck?
So he did it. He genuinely
every week. You literally just challenge me to make my non-super cut of you.
It's my favorite song.
Every fucking week.
It's my favorite song. No, so he did that. I kind of did a bit of research. I was like, why the fuck would you write a song about that? But it was actually in regards to, you know how like CEOs and people that are like fucking horribly wealthy. It was kind of in retaliation to that, because it's like, you're a 65-year-old millionaire. Why are you hanging about with an 18-year-old? And that was kind of the stance he took, where it's like they're creepy fucks, and it's like, nah, you've just come across as creepy, mate. But it's quite a catchy song. You do, if you listen, you'll find yourself singing it and going, I shouldn't be singing this at all, man. Oh, not okay.
You nearly slipped up there, eh? I shouldn't be fucking little girls. Yes.
Well,
yes, you shouldn't.
I don't.
But, well, I mean, before we get too lost in translation or lost in the music, I, a real music fan, you know, not one of these posers, right, was out seeing the one and only Elvis Costello last Tuesday. Right, that's what I was doing.
Excellent. Wow. How was that?
What do you mean, how was that?
Alright.
It was the Costello.
It's a bit alright, aye.
It's fucking banging. It was the tits. Nah, man, it was interesting, like, but I think I was possibly one of the youngest people there.
Wow.
And I was accosted by a security guard to stop filming the visualizations that he'd put up on one of the songs. It's like, really?
That's ridiculous.
Really, bro? Like, really? I probably took about fucking 20 pictures tonight. You ain't said shit. But the camera was hovering for an extra 10 seconds. All of a sudden, you had fucking prop. But jobs worse, be jobs worse, man.
Aye, that's fucking stupid.
The bit of disaster with the Folk Chronicles this week, as that was on the Tuesday, I didn't actually find out till the fucking late Monday night, Tuesday, that our podcast, the Unmonetizables, the official podcast of the Folk Chronicles, got pretty much yeeted the fuck off.
Yeah.
Now, what happened was 2 weeks ago I was getting dental surgery, so I went, fuck that, we'll record one in the can just in case. And basically, someone on the crew had the genius idea of, let's make the podcast a lot more visual for YouTube listeners. YouTube listeners, that's right.
Makes sense.
And so someone painstakingly went through and assembled a bunch of trailers to coincide with the topics that we were talking about, and YouTube no likey that, even though they were muted, even though it was like a fucking fraction of the size of the screen. Not only did it get copyright claimed out the wahoo, which isn't a problem on a show called The Unmonetizables, but it got banned, or would you call it not visible?
Yes, I tried to watch it, so I'd click you put the link up. I was like, I'll give it a watch, and it just came up saying it just wouldn't play. I was like, oh, comments were disabled. It was a whole thing. So
a shit show. And basically the only other way around it would have been for us to have re-uploaded the entire thing, which sounds like an easy enough thing, but in reality takes a huge liability, so I blame everything on him.
Yes.
At that point I was more concentrated on making sure it wasn't going to disturb any of the other videos. We didn't drop one on Wednesday because we were hoping to get the podcast up. So it's been a bit of a shit show of a week for dump videos and stuff, but on the plus side, my new Pirates one's doing no bad.
Glad to hear it. I like that people have jumped ship to, pardon the pun. Hey,
Captain Jake, that's what I'm talking about.
Jake Swallows.
Oh, so you've met him.
Yeah, so that's kind of shitty that worked out, but hopefully I'll get kind of resolved and I can either hear that one or To be fair, you did say you had an extra one in the can, so it sounds like this is
it's still there.
supplementary.
You will just, quite literally, it's still there. But this is only the second time out of 80 fucking 2 podcasts we've missed, man. 80 odd weeks in a row. This is only the second week it's fucked us. So I'm pretty proud of that record, to be honest. Absolutely. But it still stings every time it happens now. Yeah. The first time was like, oh, you motherfucker. But it really couldn't be helped. Whereas this one probably could have been helped, but YouTube's system's so whack. If we're logged in or signed in,
you don't notice.
Then yeah, you literally, like, we don't fucking see it. I can see all the videos. It's fine. It doesn't fucking bother me at all.
Yep.
But
it's the actual user that sees it.
Got to go into the fucking the back end of YouTube to find out. Like, it was actually all y'all out there, much obliged, on our Discord and what have you, that were posting about, like, here, man, that's the working.
Yep.
I felt like a bit of a douche because the previous fucking weekend I invited everyone through our Discord, just as Tech is sitting next to me going, why are all these old invites still active? What the fuck? I'm ignoring them, sending out 20 fucking invites. He's sitting deleting the invites as I'm sending them.
For fuck's sake.
So the invites are getting sent, but the
did
links
notice
are being made inactive every time I'm sending them because he's just deleting them as we go.
Yeah, I got a link and I was like, oh, cool. What the fuck? It's not working. No, wait, I'll send you the one. I was
bro,
like, what?
I'm fucking telling you right now, I'm inviting people.
So I'm trying to grow the channel.
I didn't know what he was looking at. He didn't know what I was looking at.
So I
basically, he's more of a boomer than me, so he gets the blame for everything because he don't know Discord that well.
Of course.
But that being said, we have been dabbling as well, as a few folk might have noticed. You can stream, or quote-unquote broadcast, in Discord.
Oh, I was unaware of that. I like that.
Yeah, so we've been fanny-diddling about with that. However, it does seem to be limited to only when you're playing a game.
And I'm assuming you have to have Discord linked to it on an actual computer.
You can talk audio, that's fine. You can see visual, that's fine. But you cannot hear visual. You can't
screen record.
Fucking hear what's going on the screen. So we had a bit of fun with that last night. Just spent a couple hours trying to fanny about, see if we could jerry rig it to work, or fucking wriggle our way around it.
Yeah,
but
try to get it so that you maybe got a different audio channel that is just the actual gaming track. That's my favourite thing about technology, is it's like, oh yeah, this doesn't work, let's fuck about for 8 hours and try and fix it. And then it doesn't work and you kind of just want to fucking cry and hang yourself. It's great. It's fucking brilliant.
That's fine, because we dug out a bunch of old stuff and rejigged some stuff and figured out some new stuff. So all is not lost.
Excellent.
But we are planning to do some sort of a Discord only experience in the broadcast. We're even contemplating doing the podcast live through the broadcast as well in future.
Yeah, just let me know. Let me know how that goes, and we can maybe steal that for this one as well, obviously.
Well, speaking of which, we've got young Yangy, Mr. Yangy, Y-A-N-G-Y.
The Yangmeister.
Coming over to collaborate.
Excellent.
And hopefully record the podcast with us tomorrow. They're monetizable, so.
Good.
Hi, firing off cylinders, mate. That's leaving half of what I've been up to.
I don't know how you do it. I go into work and I do my job and then I come home and I think I am fucked. I'm actually.
Oh, you get back way late though, bro.
My shift pattern's I do like three lates and 2 earlies, so I'm never. I don't have a normal pattern, which is brutal when you try to do content and streaming shit. So I watch stream, then you come in, you're like, I'm done. I don't have the energy for this, and if I go on and try and stream, people will see that. People can tell when you're not into it. It's like.
Oh, you've got to. It's a really weird case of like being able to find the time that you do have, not the time that you don't have. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And being able to inspire yourself and physically boost yourself, so that when the time that you do have, you're in the mindset to fucking do that 110%.
Exactly.
Because everybody suffers for that, bro. God, Lord knows, plenty of times I come back and I'm just like, I'm a fuck doing the editing.
Yeah.
I've been sitting all day for 10 hours a day, dreaming about doing. I just want to sit in my ass.
Yeah.
And, it's easily enough done, man. But if there's a way around it, you'll know yourself how to do it, so you've got to find it,
Yeah.
You've got to cut out that extra wee bit of Netflix or that extra wee bit of, oh, I'm just going to sit and game, or that extra wee bit of,
Exactly.
fuck it, I'm going to sit and scratch my arse and watch YouTube again.
Yeah, the amount of
half the
times...
reason I've not even got any fucking topic this week, aside for the obvious news blackout, was, bro, I spent time grinding this week, like in game, just fucking grinding, doing shit I've not been able to do for a long time.
All for the old content. Yeah, you're off holiday this week, and you've literally been glued to the old Fallout 76 as always.
Fucking right,
Classic,
man. Well,
quintessential.
I mean, I barely get time to play the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Because I've spent so much time on content, spent so much time editing, spent so much time trying to just fucking keep track of time for myself.
Yeah.
Whereas this past week it's been like, nah, come out, you've got the time. God knows I was hungover enough on fucking Wednesday.
Yeah. To just sit and go...
Pretty much. Just woke up dead early and went, I know what won't cure this, but will definitely make me feel like I'm not wasting my entire day.
Yeah.
But speaking of not feeling so well, I suppose we might as well get on with it. The greatest topic of 2020. The end of humanity as we know it.
Yep. I think
the fucking Chinese tea virus.
This is Mother Nature's way of just thinning the herd because there's too many of us. That's all it is, man.
Oh my god, you fucking transhumanist. Calm down.
That's all it is, man. Mother Nature's getting vengeance on us for fucking up the rainforest and burning Australia.
Fucking up the rainforest.
It's their own fault. Nah. In all seriousness, I think...
If it was actually a Mother Nature disease, yeah. If it wasn't cooked up in a fucking lab by a bunch of Chi-coms, the fuck?
The old Wuhan clan breaking the world.
But man, everything's cancelled. Like, that's fucking... the Indie Scots mob traditionally go into Insomnia now for a couple of years running, and that's been cancelled or pushed. But this... Because it does it like 2 or 3 times a year, but this one's been cancelled. Tickets have been rescheduled to August or some shit.
Yeah, to be fair, I think it's for public health. It's the right thing to do. I was talking to one of the guys I work with, and he was saying he's like, the reason that they're cancelling gatherings of like 500 or more is in part obviously to try and limit the spread, but it's also for the people that are really sick and that have respiratory issues or have a compromised immune system, it's so that ambulances can get to them. Think about how hard it is. See on an Old Firm Sunday, when obviously you don't live in Glasgow, but on Old Firm Sunday, the streets are chocker. You've got Rangers fans, you've got Celtic fans out drinking the full day. Imagine trying to get an ambulance through to somebody that lives in Denniston if the game's in Celtic Park. It's like they can't get through because of the traffic and the people parking on the street and people parking like idiots to get to the actual stadium. So it does make sense. It's also quite shitty for people's social lives, but until such times as kind of enough people have got it and have immunity and have got over it, then it's just what it is. We need to just do it.
It's cost us E3.
It has, which is fucked up. And I think
it's unfucking acceptable.
I was thinking about this the other day. I think the biggest impact it's going to have is going to be financially. Because think about all the people out there that are self-employed and the employers that will go, I'm not giving you full pay for being off because you might be sick. You're getting statutory sick pay.
There's entire development teams for indie games and shit that their entire fucking revenue is pretty much based on being able to showcase their games in and around these fucking events that are going to be fucking cancelled. Think about all your footballs, all your sports and shit. I heard one American podcast I was listening to, and they're like, oh yeah, there's not going to be any
NBA and shit,
champs for the season and shit.
It's crazy. The festival in Austin, the big giant one, the South by Southwest, a lot of kind of independent.
Oh yeah, the big hipster fest, yeah.
Yeah, the one where people basically, it's like if you get verified at Sundance and it was shown off at Sundance and people loved it, your film's made. There's a lot of smaller producers that are showcasing their films there, and it's like, that's not going ahead. You'll have to fuck off and go somewhere else. And it's like Cannes is the next place, which is like,
I think the reality is that wrestling is the only thing that's going to give us our balls back and actually fucking let us know what's up. Because WrestleMania has as of yet still to be cancelled.
Ooh.
And quite fucking rightfully so. If anybody's going to show us off and show us up and let us know, the Attitude Era it's going to be the wrestling, the WrestleMania. You can't cancel WrestleMania, man. You can't stop the mania.
I don't know about
that. Is WrestleMania.
I think they probably will still go ahead with it, but it's going to be, we're limiting the seats to less than 500. It's all going to be kind of front row, space between you.
No chance. Sold out.
I think
fucking massive amounts.
As a natural response to this, we're going to have so much more digital content, so much more digital interactions. Twitch streamers and shit, they obviously get so many people that are 2 weeks off told, listen, stay in the house, don't leave. Twitch streamers are going to be there for that social interaction for the people stuck indoors. Part of a group, you get that mob mentality. I think live streaming is going to take a big bump for this. They're gonna fucking make some bank just because people can't get out and they've been told, don't go to the pub, don't socialise, stay indoors. So to get that kind of interaction, I think you're gonna see a massive upflow in kind of Twitch and Mixer and your YouTube streaming and the Facebook streaming and shit and the Instagram lives and all that shit, because people going, oh, we've got Corona to talk about, let's bring this up as a topic and just chat and go, I've bought all this and no. It's fucking mad. Like, we're heading to a digital age, and this is just another step that's going to push us towards it. Limited.
This is the interesting part is, like, people have been talking about the conversations of, like, work and shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's the 21st century. If you do not need to be working, if you can be working from home, then shouldn't you be?
Yep.
You know, wouldn't that stop your fucking
spread?
Fucking thermal footprint. Spread. Don't say spread. Would that stop your global fucking, what they call it, your CO2 fucking
carbon footprint as well?
Get your greater carbon.
Do you know,
footprint.
I think it's terrible that the kind of coronavirus has got this bad. There is, to put it bluntly, there's going to be people that die from it that we both know. It's as simple as that. People that have got that compromised immune system and that.
You tell me Walkerly's like, he's actually got a really bad cough last time I heard him. It's weird. Coronavirus confirmed. Nah, he's brilliant about joking about it though. It's a great idea, just like that NBA guy who was like joking about it.
Oh.
You know, hear about him?
No,
he's like touching on the mics at press conference and stuff.
Fuck's sake. Oh my God.
He caught it and spread it to half his fucking team.
What a fuckwit. What an actual fuckwit.
Like you can hear it on the press, like, oh, tee hee.
Oh, you're so funny.
Fingering the fucking on the mics and that, and then everyone was like, on the team's like, man, he was like running about touching everybody's bags in the gym and all that.
What a cunt! That's
he's fucking literally got it and been spreading it. Like he's been a funny cunt. Like, there's a difference between joking about it and actually like endangering fucking your teammates and shit.
Yeah, that's fucked up. That is. Fucking hell,
humanity! Holy humanity!
Do you know what he needs? He needs a fucking Darwin Award, man. What a fucking mongo.
Oh, fucking brutal, eh?
Jesus fucking Christ!
He's literally just like infected the whole team.
Yeah, he's went, ha, look, I'm gonna get coronavirus. I'm not lying.
I'd be fucking raging.
I'd be fuming.
To bust him.
You don't know. See, the thing that's really shocked me is a lot of stuff. So we've been talking about it in work quite a lot, obviously, because we work as a call centre I work in, so we're quite close. We hot desk, which means we swap desks. So it's like, how are we going to defend ourselves against this?
Ooh, swap desks sounds kinky.
It's great touching a keyboard. You're not sure who's touched it or who's coughed on it and sneezed on it, which is brilliant. But it's at times like this when a lot of people come out and go, by the way, there's actually things going on with me that I'm more susceptible. What do I do in this instance? And they're like, oh, we don't really try your best to stay clean. If it gets worse, we will send you home, and it is kind of down to the manager's discretion. But out of that as well, you have a lot of people going, I've got an uncle who's takes really bad chest infections, and he's not got great lungs. I see him every week. He comes round every week. He lives with us. So what the fuck do I do? If I come in here and catch it, I'm fine. But if I take it home with him, he's absolutely fucked. So it's one of those ones where you don't think of that until you hear someone else say it, and you go, shit. I'd never even considered that. So you might be having a laugh at school or in college, coughing on somebody who will be absolutely fine, but then they go home and their mum's suffering from lung cancer and they're already in a shit time. You give them coronavirus as well and they're fucked. Like, people don't think of the consequences. It's
so they've shut fucking Italy down.
Yep. So
they've
quite serious.
There's no flights going to the US for Europe. He said UK is exempt for that. Thank fuck we're going to Brexit, folks. We're not quarantined on that fucking continent.
Let's just spread that shit.
Although,
no, Jet.
we're probably not much safer with the Yanks, but you know, I'm sure we'll be fine. We'll figure it out.
Jet 2 have stopped sending flights to Cyprus and Paphos They're letting British people come home, but they're not doing any more flights out. That come up today on my feed. I was like,
pretty mad, eh?
To be fair, it's something probably should have happened fucking weeks ago from most airlines.
So that they're like, the beauty is, had they done it for like what, a couple of days and assessed like, right, these cunts all seem like they've got it.
Yep.
Go and everybody just chill out for a fucking day or two. If you think you've got the call, take a day or two off or what have you. Phone this fucking helpline, what have you, blah blah blah. But then they didn't.
Yeah.
And then everybody just, now they're at the point where they're like, oh, we just kind of need to let it run its course.
Yeah.
Even though we're stopping people from being able to be together and shit, you're like, what? Like, what?
I was reading up on the guidelines yesterday for like self-isolation and shit, and it's saying that if you are self-isolating, try and stay, 3 steps away from everybody at all times. You're like, what the
3
fuck?
steps away?
It's like, yeah, especially elderly people, just stay away from them. It's like, if I live with my gran, I'm like, all right, gran, you sit on that couch and I'll sit in the dining room and we'll have a nice chat. Like, what the fuck? It's fucking
just
mental.
need time for that sort of weird shit, bro. It does not really make a lot of sense to me. Like,
it's mental.
I mean, I get it. We need to be healthy. We need to be safe.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think everybody gets that, really. Apart from unless you're a fucking NBA footballer, but
yep, try to be a funny guy.
Footballer.
Let's meme it.
NBA footballer, the best NBA player. It's the one that kicks the basketball.
Aye, he always wins the goals and scores the try downs.
Aye, he's got to watch out for that leg before wicket, though. But enough of this. As I've said, right, this is an entertainment show.
Precisely.
People don't come to us to hear the fucking cure that we may or may not have for COVID-19.
Yeah, we're storing it away and we're hiding it all. We're waiting till you all bottle the toilet roll and then we're going to sell it to you for all your fucking toilet roll.
Mate, Tech was telling me, he was like, oh, fucking, in a shops the other day there, and the entire fucking toilet roll aisle was completely cleared out.
Fucking
but
stupid,
directly
man.
adjacent to it, stocked to the fucking roof, was what do you call it? The towels, just the dry towels, hand towels.
What? Surely you get that as a substitute. Cut it in half.
Exactly. Like technically, you get twice as many. You just cut them in half.
Yeah,
fucking done. So I'm thinking about stockpiling on that shit.
Yeah.
For when the
end
crisis
times
happens.
When the end times come and you get the Mad Max Road Warriors driving about, you can be like, listen, I've got kitchen roll you can use as toilet roll. I just cut it in half. It's great, mate.
It's no guzzling. It's fucking.
It's just. It's bananas. It's actual. It's fucking stupid as well because it doesn't make you shit yourself. So I don't get it. Have you seen there's posts and shit in America where there's people buying out full shops and driving around in trucks selling like a roll for $5? You're like, you're a cunt. You're a fucking cunt. Like, you're a scumbag. It's clever, but it's like that is one where you're going to get yourself fucking shot and get your toilet roll stolen. It's America where everybody's got a gun. Toddlers have fucking guns. You never seen that episode of The Simpsons where Maggie shoots Burns? Come on.
Simpsons are cancelled in our household, okay? Until they bring back a poo with original racist offensive accents. I'm not playing fucking ball.
Wait, I've not watched Simpsons in quite literally like 7 years. Did they change his accent?
He's relinquished doing the character, and they said that if they're going to bring him back, they will bring him back with an appropriate voiced actor.
What the fuck?
AKA they've cucked the fuck out.
Yeah.
It was really sad because they'd initially implied that they were gonna be okay with it, and it was just people being silly. But after he'd been educated, shut the fuck up. Where's this education coming from all of a sudden?
It's annoying, so it is, because it's
mass educating.
It's obviously right. It's based on a stereotype, but the stereotype is correct because if you learn another language, you tend to say it in your own accent. It's like a French person. If they say when they go "trop visamol," or if you're German, you usually put Z's in instead of THs because of the way you learn to speak. So people who are originally Indian have already originally spoken things like Urdu and any other languages from that continent, then they would have a strong accent. So it's literally just fucking factual.
Thank you.
That's dumb as fuck. Yeah. That's stupid.
Yeah, I've no time for it, man. I really, again, I find it really offensive.
Yeah.
That people can be so fucking stupid.
They're literally,
in all honesty,
they're whitewashing it.
Well, they're
actually whitewashing it, which is racist as fuck.
At the end of the day, like, everybody know, like, I suppose maybe not the younger generation, but we remember being brought up on who gives a fuck, bro? Like,
yeah,
it's all in good nature. It's different if you're purposely going out your way to use said accent to be racist.
Yeah.
However, although the stereotype of Hapu may have began that way, in a jesting kind of thing, he evolved into a well-known and well-loved character.
Exactly.
So why the fuck are you then gonna undo all that good work?
Yeah.
By claiming that it is actually racist?
It's actually it's a bit racist sacking an Indian man for his from his corner shop. That's kind of shit. that's pretty bad.
I mean,
let's whitewash it.
I seen a really good post at the time. There was a young woman. It was like, well, actually, for all these folks speaking on fucking our type of folks' behalf, at the end of the day, I actually did grow up in a corner shop in America, and can't tell you how much we looked up to the Mantley, like Apu and stuff like that, and thought it was great that people could come in and relate to us.
Yep.
Like, yeah, of course, you've got some few idiots here and there, weren't quite on the ball as much, didn't quite, get it. It's like, yeah, stereotypes, they're not to be used as fucking idiot bait to bully people, but
no.
That is just life.
Yeah.
I don't mean to say like, oh, you should just deal with it, because no, of course you should just fucking deal with it. But at the same goddamn time, there are going to be assholes no matter what the fucking situation. There's going to be someone who takes it wrong, does it wrong, says it wrong,
and is just a cunt about it, which unfortunately is life, because not everybody's a nice person, and sometimes you catch people on a bad day. That's probably one of the biggest things I've learned working in customer service and dealing with people every day, is sometimes you get somebody that comes through and they're just having a shit day and they're dealing with stuff and they're a cunt on the phone that day. And in all honesty, 8 times out of 10, if you ever speak to that person again in regards to the subject, they'll go, listen, I overreacted, I was having a bad day, I'm sorry. And I would just be like, I don't care. You're absolutely fine. You were stressed and you were worried. You don't need to apologise to me. What you say to me does not bother me.
Sue you if you didn't apologise properly. You son
Fuck
of a
you,
bitch.
cunt. You're dead.
How fucking dare you ever speak to me in such a manner?
Don't ever speak to me or my son again. I'm quite level-headed when it comes to things like that. I'm very patient as well. So when it comes to people having a bad day, if they're a cunt more than once, then I'll be like, all right, you can fuck off. I'm not dealing with you. Unfortunately, I've got the authority to go, yeah, I don't get paid to get abused. Can you... I'm not continuing this conversation. If you swear at me one more time, this is over. And if they swear, I'll go like, boop, and that's it, gone, done, dealt with. It's over. Which is great. And a lot of places don't have that. But
it's more just about civility, but that's like we're talking about everything. You've got to be a decent fucking human being at the end of the day.
Not an arrogant
anyone with a hint of fucking brain cells can tell the difference.
Yeah.
Between someone who's maybe being a bit socially awkward. It's really funny. I've been rewatching The Office.
The British or American?
The American.
Yeah.
And it's fucking insane how ahead of its time it kind of is. And then over and above that, you've actually got a situation where like everything the main character, but the boss, Michael Scott, is that level of dim-witted, ignorant, trying not to be racist so hard that he's actually being racist, trying not to be offensive so hard that he's actually being offensive because he hasn't thought about it past what he's been taught about it.
Yeah.
And that you shouldn't and you should, and this and that. What he's holding up the only black guy in the office as the token black guy, which is quite literally so offensive.
Yep.
But ironically, by today's standards, it's pretty much essentially what they're talking about. They want representation. There must be representation. You can call it by whatever fucking name you want. It's still tokenism.
It's always bamboozled me. Like, people are like, oh, you need to employ so many women for a job or so many, minorities for a job. And it's like, I've always thought if you are suited for a job and you can do the job best, you should do the job. That's what that annoys me. People are like, oh, there's inequality in wages. Every single job I've worked, most of the management team has been women. The upper management team has been women as well. And generally, it's more women doing the better paid jobs than anything else. So in my experience, obviously, there's other people that are going to have different experiences. But in my experience, I don't see any wage gap. What annoys me is people look at the median. So they look at the average of what everybody gets paid. And they go, oh, women get paid less on average. It's like, well, if you actually look at where everybody works and what everybody's trained as, less women train for those higher paid jobs and more men apply for them. So it is going to be skewed. If you look at people in the same job role for pay, I think you find there's a lot more equality. And a lot of times there'll be women that get paid more because they've fought for it. It just
what was it we were
totally screws my head up when people are like,
there.
It's not equality. It's like, nah, there is though.
See
if there's not,
I wholeheartedly agree. Legally speaking, there should be no fucking wage gap at all, right? Statistically speaking, once given in for variables, again, there should be none. I do know of cases, personally, so this is, take it with a pinch of salt, it's what do you call it, anecdotal, but I do know of cases where women have been... There's no way to fucking bullshit around it or euphemism around it. They've been disregarded. I know a case of fucking lassie who literally took over the boss's job, was doing her job, the boss's job, her underling's job, because they hired someone inept, and not only wouldn't pay her the boss's job, promote her to the boss's title, even though she'd done the boss's fucking job for that length of time, actively allowed some older fucking foreman guy of the shop floor to bitch and whine, essentially saying, I'm not going to be put in charge by a young girl, and therefore he got promoted, but was still not at the level that she was at because she was doing clerical work, the little boss stuff, keeping the place, keeping the fucking doors on the hinges quite literally.
I hate that shit.
And that, to me, that was entirely frustrating.
Yeah, that does sound.
I know of doctors' situations that doesn't quite relate to wage gap, but there is something to be said for some sort of an internal bias that can happen.
Okay.
But I mean, again, that's anecdotal. That doesn't speak for the large. That doesn't speak for what should happen or is what is legal. By all and any means, that should and always should be fucking pointed the fuck out, you know? Yeah.
See, the way that I look at that is, that seems like that's an arsehole boss that's just not doing it right. And see, if I was in that position, I'd be like, well, fuck you. The way I've always looked at it is, you don't need to have any loyalty to your employer. And you think, oh great, that's a wage.
True.
You can get another job doing the same shit. You can actually use the experience you've just taken to get a new job and go, listen, I'm currently doing XYZ and I get paid this much for it. I can do that for you for more than that. This is how much I would like. What can you do for me? A lot of the time, reaching out and making those contacts can make it a lot easier. And a lot of people are like, fuck, that person's got balls. Let's get them involved. They are not scared to grab the wheel by the horns. So I'd always say, fuck your employer if they're fucking you. Simple as that. Yeah,
leverage it if possible, I was saying.
Absolutely. Get out of there, man. No, don't let people treat you like shit, because at the end of the day, it's not worth it. It's really not worth you going home stressed and worried and doing 3 people's jobs and only getting paid for yours, getting no pay rise, getting nothing like that. Fuck them. That is a shitty boss. I'd be like, nah, I'm out, man.
Day,
fuck you.
YOLO.
Exactly. You literally only, well, I read a quite lame inspirational post that it's actually, you don't only live once, you only die once. Enjoy the time you have. But
fuck off.
Yeah. but it's, absolutely.
Listen, I believe in reincarnation. Why not? You only
Buddha
live
boy.
once.
Buddha boy. But it's...
Speaking of all things cyclical and the Anarcha-esque fucking all things must come to an end, we'll fucking rally it onto what you were going to ask me at some point, I think.
Yes, and then we got off track having a nice chat. This is something I've always wondered, Cap. You're such a motivation, such a driving force, rattling people into action by whipping them up with your enthusiasm, which is fucking brilliant. How did you actually start making content? What What kind of happened to make you go, you know what? I want to make videos and put them online. What actually happened and how did that start for you?
It's difficult to say. I think it's a kind of cross between, at the end of the day, I was caught between a rock and a hard place.
Okay.
I'm very much a believer of shit or get off the pot. Do or do not. There is no try.
Yeah.
And let's just say, having spent most of my younger years in a certain industry full of the type of people who are build it and they will come mentality,
yes.
I got fed up to the fucking nines of that shit. And specifically, myself and the two other guys for the show were very much in the mode of we're just talking and having these really intense, diverse discussions about this, that, and everything, and having a laugh, but it's going nowhere, and we're still coming back to this sort of dead end. Or it's just society. Or there's nothing you can do about it. Or boohoo, tough titties, deal with it. And while that's somewhat mature, but I wouldn't say healthy outlook on life, but that's it could be a be all and end all of conversation.
Yeah.
It's not if the conversation just keeps going. Then all you're actually doing, or you're having the same fucking conversations, so to say. Yes. You're just subconsciously beating yourself the fuck up.
It's a negative feedback loop where you're just saying the same negative shit and you believe it the more you say it. Okay.
Yeah, and you're just getting more and more depressed of that. There's nothing to be gained from that. There's absolutely nothing is going to get done if that's how you fucking carry on.
Not a chance.
And as far as I was concerned, that was going to be fucking me. I wasn't going to let that type of shit fly.
Okay.
And I listened to a gentleman called Gary V on the Brilliant Idiots podcast.
Thought he might have come up.
And he basically says, like, oh yeah, you're feeling all gassed right now. Because he's a very fucking motivational type guy.
Yeah.
But then he later says, yeah, but by Thursday you'll forgo. And I was like, yeah, fuck off. Like, Ken, that's not me. I'm a driven type of guy. Sure enough, a couple of weeks later, I'd forgot. I'd gone back to my old ways, sitting on my scratcher, watching fucking Arrow and sci-fi and shite, and waiting for the weekend. Just plugging away, waiting for the weekend, hoping that at some point my big break will come.
Yeah.
Ain't happening like that, bro. And 2 weeks later, they came back on the podcast and literally called us all out in our shit. And it was the breaking point, man. It just snapped. Something snapped. I went home. I grabbed up fucking other two and says, yo, like, they ain't happening like this. I'm not having these conversations over and over the fuck again. If we're going to keep having these conversations, we better monetize it. Or at least attempt to do something with it, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Might as well put it out in the ether instead of just repeating it to ourselves over and over and over again. So, long story short, TLDR, we started a podcast. Weren't happy with the format, so evolved into live streaming. Live streaming, of course, fucking everything and anything, just testing things out. Periscope, I'm sure we got banned off Periscope at one point. We were on the equivalent to like D-Live before it was D-Live and shit, and jumping about trying to. I think we dabbled with YouTube, but YouTube was a bit funny on what you could and couldn't stream at the time. Weren't too fucking cushy with Twitch because you didn't know much about it.
Twitch is awkward, I find. It's a hard one to get set up, and it's hard to get people watching as well. I find with Twitch, you're like, fuck, I'm gonna see. I think
it's because it's like anything else, bro. It's consistency. It's platform consistency and platform integration and platform networking and platform based content. If you're a YouTuber trying to make your YouTube shit work on Twitch, whilst you're only posting on Twitter, the chances are you're gonna work, and that's come from fucking experience. Whereas what I found my capability was able to I can stream what I'm going to capture and then turn into highlights for a YouTube video.
Yeah, get a
and
double whammy.
Two birds with one fucking stone. The consistency of that is slowly but surely paying off. Finally starting to get people a bit of crew, a bit of fucking reaction, good
Excellent.
banter and chanter in the chat in the comments. But again, that's a fucking fraction of microcosm to what it is. What we mainly evolved into was just show making for me and content making, content creation, actually considering the fuck is entertaining to watch. It's dead easy to hook the mics up and get everything rolling and just sit there kind of high at your face and just sliver some shit for a couple of hours. It's a lot more difficult to then listen back to that for its entirety, listen to the sound of your own fucking annoying voice and go, right, what was that missing? Where would I turn the fuck off? What point bored the fuck out me? Why was that really, really loud? Does he have to have that microphone right there where he can pick up all his sniffles and scratches? Come on, bruh. How many times did you say at the end of the day or and odd?
Yep.
Come on, bruh.
You can do it.
I think it's different with a podcast format, especially in its younger days. But when you're trying to put out but it's like when you're trying to put out a polished product or a YouTube video, or even trying to be a, dare I fucking say it, professional streamer.
Yeah.
There's a lot more goes into it. I am by no means a fucking a professional streamer or even an amateur professional streamer. I stream through my PS4. I need to get a PC and I need to update all that shit. But I have resigned myself to the fact that I will be doing that. Yeah. I just need to fucking bide my time and get to that point. Whereas with the YouTube stuff, I've finally now got myself to a place where I can record content at bulk, en masse, and then split it the fuck up, break it down and edit it. I've gamified that for myself. That's great. But in reality, I still need to then go further and really strip that apart even more. Like, I just noticed in one of the SEO videos I popped to it, the guy's like, yeah, you should probably write like a blurb for every one of your fucking YouTube episodes about what actually happens. One, it helps the algorithm. And then two, I'm like, well, that's fucking bonus content. That's something else I can post. I mean, you might have fucking noticed the latest Pirates video I popped out had a little short form fucking blurb, as opposed to, hey guys, watch my vid. You know, I'm thinking about the ways I'm setting out the thumbnails and the fucking what I'm writing before it, and
letting people know
how you're trying to attract people. Because I'm now looking at how can I split this content up and utilize it for specific platforms? Like, you're creating barriers when you post up shit on Twitter asking people to go to YouTube. They're not on Twitter because they want to go to fucking YouTube.
Yep.
So if there's a way you put in a shorter form video or advert for your fucking YouTube video on Twitter, maybe do that. Reddit, I've been doing the same as fucking every motherfucker out there, just posting up my YouTube videos on Reddit. It works to an extent, but guess what? It's not really what Reddit's for.
No.
I should be custom making content for Reddit or reposting it as a Reddit video on Reddit and letting it do its thing on that platform. So that's kind of where I'm at now. Again, trying to break everything up and trying to fucking chop it up and use it in as many different ways as possible. Just fucking leaning into what I enjoy and leaning into what I'm good at. It's kind of weird because it's almost come sort of like full circle. Back to square one of almost like, right, what do we do? How do we do this? Because I've afforded us the time to sit and assess what the fuck's been going on, you know what I mean?
Yeah, what's going right, what's going wrong, and how you can improve it.
I mean, we've been dropping TikTok videos for the best part of half a fucking year and nobody's biting. But I have an idea for a format for that because my mate Kingpin came over and we did it with him. And we may have all been... My phone is pinging in the background, is it?
It was. That was a while ago. That was
fuck.
Oh, sorry, I did
ping a wee bit.
That's right.
So I thought I heard you typing, so I'll be sly and look that up. Shit, what was I saying? I've got a situation now with folk where we can assess what the fuck we're at. The TikTok videos. Sorry, that was at TikTok. I'm going to get Gav in, and we're just going to kind of reapproach it. Same with like the Twitters and stuff. I'm going to get guests in to do that sort of stuff as well now. Hopefully that'll give the videos themselves enough of a vibe and enough of an excuse to be different. Just trying some of the old stuff again, but within a new format, a new template, a new fucking new lease of life.
Yeah.
Because there is, to me, we are quite literally in a post-content kind of age. So at the end of the day, it's not so much about the I don't want to use the word quality, but the how it's fucking packaged. It's not so much about what the fuck the content is, other than how people perceive it, how people watch it, how people enjoy it, you know?
I think nowadays, especially just with the way content's produced and pumped out, it needs to be easily digestible, and you need to have as few clicks between the consumer and the actual content as possible.
Yeah.
Like you were saying with Twitter, and like I've got an Instagram as well that I use for putting stuff up. It's a wee bit personal as well. But Instagram, you can have a link if you have a specific type of account. So it's a beta trial where you can have a link to videos and shit on it. I don't have that yet. So when I post something, it's like link in bio, and it's like, oh, that's so shit and annoying. It's like, fuck. It's quite annoying. But it's also one of the ones where it's like, well, until that link comes out and you can click it and put it up, that's just something that's not going to happen. And I think you're absolutely right. Things like Twitter and Reddit, making content specifically for them, whether it's a chopped up bit of the full thing, whether it's a highlight reel, whether it's just something daft and stupid and small that you can stick up as a bit of a teaser, and people go, do you know what, I quite enjoyed that, let's see what else is going on, and then they click through it. That's what you're wanting. I think that's,
it's like just like with basic shit, like engaging with a hashtag instead of just using the hashtag. Go into the hashtag, scroll through the hashtag, comment a bunch of motherfuckers shit in that hashtag, like them, follow them, retweet them. Before you know it, you're part of that community.
Yeah.
You know? If you actually take the fucking time to get involved, as opposed to just doing what everyone, like myself, will tend to do from time to time, is just put it out there and expect the world to come to you. It doesn't quite work like that. No. And that's kind of been the ethos for day one for me, was tried my hand at this other thing for so fucking long, but the mentality is not there. Whereas if I have something like this where I can quite actively, continuously help promote, whether it is just through networking, whether it is just through fucking collaborating, whether it is through plotting, planning, writing, making thumbnails on my phone, for fuck's sake, like that just keeps me active, keeps me busy, keeps you
going,
driven, and wanting to make more, wanting to improve, wanting to get better.
That's something I think it's hard to find other creators, and it's hard to find other creators that are willing to interact with smaller creators as well, because you get a lot of people who they get 1,000, 2,000, 3,000.
I mean, I would agree, bro, but it's only took me a couple of years, and even at that, in reality, it was because I put myself out. How did I find them? Because I put myself out there.
Yeah.
Most people post in a collab thread somewhere and go, oh, does anybody want a collab? And when nobody gets back to you, that's it.
They go,
when nobody wants a collab, that's it.
Yeah.
Fuck off. I chin motherfuckers. Do you know what I mean? I found fucking casual guy across the fucking internet and went, this motherfucker is shit hot on our show.
He's a very good boy.
Like, I found fucking Indie Scots through looking through YouTube for Indie Scots shit. I was near a streamer, but I got balls deep in it and went, let me get part of this fucking community and see what's up. I've learned so fucking much for those guys and made actual friendships that have helped create fucking content, create opportunities, learn fucking skills, and learn processes that I had absolutely no chance of fucking learning without it. You know what I mean? You've got to put yourself out there to do it, and it's not just a case of doing it fucking once and like, oh well, I need to be keep. No, you've got to keep doing it, bro.
Persevere.
It's like that fucking. I keep coming back. It's like that goddamn Doctor Who episode where he's fucking like behind some mad fucking ice wall type shit, and he keeps fucking dying and regenerating or what the fuck ever, because he's actually a fucking clone cell or some shit, but. Every fucking gen comes back, punch the wall. The whole fucking thing is I'm just figuring out he needs to punch the wall. Why has that wall got a crack in it? Wait, because it's been getting punched with fucking 400 years. Bottom, couple of 1,000 years, there's a big fucking... Do you know what I mean? Yeah. What do you got? As a fucking analogy goes, it's maybe not the greatest time-wise.
Yeah.
Because it feels like... It's going to feel like that. But it only fucking feels like that because you're not focused. You're not patient.
You're not doing other stuff as well. I think
I have been asking to do this sort of collabs and have these type of people come forward and hang with me for fucking years now. Well, guess what? They're coming forward to do it now. You know why? Because I have consistently put out fucking content and shown that I am a consistent fucking content maker.
Yes.
It might not be the best content, it might not be the funniest content, it might not be everyone's fucking cup of tea, but anyone with a fucking set of eyes or fucking ears can see and hear that I am fucking here and I'm doing it.
And you're
and I'm
pumping it out.
serious about it. And that's what it is. That's all it comes down to, man. You need to take your fucking self seriously. You need to take your content seriously. And you need to treat this as a fucking golden opportunity. It is. It's a fucking digital gold mine out here, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, I could quite easily be going and making montage clips. There's a motherfucker the other day there with the Corona live stream, confirmed cases. The PewDiePie T-Series sub count. It's like that, but it's like the fucking sickness toll live count on fucking YouTube. I mean, it's gross.
It's genius.
Jesus, man, anyone could do that fucking type of shit.
Yeah.
You know? Like, fucking, what was the work they were saying? People were making, like, channels off the back of uploading fucking music compilations and shit. There are a plethora of opportunities, and if you have a fucking phone and access to fucking YouTube, access to any kind of fucking laptop, or fuck half your consoles these days, you can chop some.
Aye. Do you know what?
You can put some.
It literally only takes the right person to see your content that likes it for it to just go. It's like a fire that's giving off sparks. So it's going. A wee spark goes, something else catches, and it spreads. It's like the coronavirus.
Yeah.
It just takes.
But the problem
one person
is
to spread
everybody sits and waits on a spark. They think every fucking individual hit they do has the potential to spark. And it's no fucking real, bro. It's not realistic. I genuinely believe, off the basis of what fucking Gary Vee and people like us said, is that chances are you could probably be doing something in between 5 to 7 to maybe even 10 years before you even remotely start to see results.
Oh, gotcha.
But guess what, motherfucker? I'm here. I'm in for the long haul. I will get fucking results because I will continue to fucking do so to the point where I get those fucking results. Yeah. And if I don't, tough titties. I'll have at least made a fucking dent and be where I are and be a member of the fucking community. I'll have at least paved the way and shown a bunch of people how to fucking do shit and helped a bunch of people along the way, leveraging actual networked relationships, which I can then in the future hopefully become reliant upon to go, here man, any chance you can give us a wee leg up, here man, any chance you can come on fucking day or show this time, and
exactly. You know? It's all about kind of fostering the relationships and having that network around you so you can go, Walkerley's not in this week, let's get somebody else and we'll have a chat with them, make it interesting, so it's something new, which is it's golden. It's what you want.
Is this you doing a weird flex because you got on somebody last week and I didn't get on somebody this week? Is that what that is?
Not at all. I'm actually I was if I wasn't actually helping my mate today and tomorrow do the shots for that stop motion, I'd have been like, listen, do you want to come on? Because he's balls deep in it, but he fucking loves it.
Sweet.
And see him
balls
talk about it and
clay.
Where he is right now, yeah. But he's shit hot at it. He knows what he's doing, and it's amazing the work that he's doing. So I'd love to get him on and just have him talk about it and talk about his process and how he thinks about it and what comes up.
Sweet.
It's dino.
Good stuff. Well, I think that's probably as good a point as ever to round off this week's episode, folks. Absolutely. If you have any views and or opinions on what we've been talking about today, please let us know in the chat. What's the question of the day, Tro?
That's a good one. I'm gonna go selfish with this one. Should I start a Discord in relation to helping people manage their money and understand it? Obviously, I've started.
Okay, I'll answer that for you. Yes.
Okay, easy. Let's see what the audience thinks. So obviously I've done my official first episode of the Old Banking Basics. So it's about current accounts. A couple of facts in there not a lot of people will know, so you should check it out. Troll them all on YouTube. I have got other ones lined up, planned, that I will be doing hopefully next weekend. I'm going to try and film, so I'm busy this weekend sadly. But yeah, put it up, chop it together, get it going. If you have a watch of the video and you have any information and I've missed out and you want me to chop out, let me know. Same with Caps videos. If anybody has any feedback at all on anything, even the podcast, let us know. Twitter, Instagram, wherever you can find us. Twitter for me is @TrollTheMole. Captain
Bother
is...
me with your fucking subhuman opinions, you fucking cowards. You don't make content as much as me, so fucking don't ever think you can broach me @FoxyPTP and try and tell me how to cut my shitty content, right?
Scum the lotties. Yeah, they'll be up on the YouTube video as well. If you have a look, you'll see them on just the screen as it's going on, boys. But yeah, again, if you made it to the end of the podcast, thank you. As
You
always,
get another
beautiful
40
bastards.
points.
To
Is that this podcast?
how's Gryffindor? I don't know, fuck knows.
It was this one, wasn't it?
You do so many podcasts now, Cap, I could not tell you. And my memory's too bad to remember.
I'm a fucking fiend for that, mate.
Scum!
I've got fucking podcast burnout.
Dying off for talking too much. Okay, if we don't get a nasty
better than COVID-19, eh?
Well, we'll see. I mean, to be fair, if you have got it, it means you're isolated for 2 weeks. Think about the fucking content you could make.
Sweet, bro. I could edit so much. Yeah, if you got it, let us know in the chat, but don't leave your finger marks.
Don't cough on our comment section, thanks. But yeah,
cheers, guys. See you next time.
Wishing you all the best. Keep yourself safe, guys. Catch ya.